Welcome back, focused learners. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for this explainer. We're diving straight into day 13 of the Crypto Trader curriculum today. And look, mastering chart patterns, it's not just about memorizing random shapes on a screen. It is honestly the absolute key to unlocking and understanding true market structure. By the end of this session, you're going to be armed with exactly what you need to navigate the charts with total precision.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our roadmap for today is super clear. First up, welcome to day 13. Second, study the core patterns. Third, mastering the breakout. And finally, practical, explain the setup. All right, section 1. Welcome to day 13, chart patterns. Let's get right into it.
You know, chart patterns are literally the footprints of market psychology, and the Crypto Trader curriculum actually intentionally structures your learning arc today into two really distinct halves. So over on the left, we've got the study component. This is pure theory, right? It's where you sit down and just memorize the abstract geometry of the market. But, and this is a big but, the curriculum doesn't just leave you floating in the clouds of theory. Over on the right side, we immediately transition into the practical mandate. It essentially forces you to take those abstract concepts, bring them down to earth, and ground them in concrete reality by finding real-world examples. Basically, you absolutely have to master the theory on the left before you can ever hope to execute the practice on the right. Makes sense, right?
Moving on to section 2, study the core patterns. So let's put our memorization hats on for a second, because here is your exact taxonomy of patterns for day 13. We've got 1, double top and double bottom, 2, head and shoulders, 3, triangles, 4, flags, and 5, wedges. Now, you might be wondering, why these 5 specifically? Well, it's because they visually represent fundamental human emotions. We're talking fear, greed, and consolidation, all playing out in real time right across the market. And honestly, I guarantee you, once you spend enough time staring at these specific shapes on your screen, you're going to walk outside, look at a mountain range or like a simple clothesline, and instantly start calculating your entry and exit points. You are literally going to start seeing these shapes absolutely everywhere. Now, looking at this direct quote from the Crypto Trader text, I want you to treat this as your strict, uncompromising mandate. It takes a lot of discipline to ignore the endless noise on social media or all those insanely complex indicators out there. But these 5 specific items, they are precisely what the text demands you focus on. They're the essential, time-tested tools in a trader's arsenal. You master these first, and you master the market's baseline geometry. It's really that simple. Let's move to section 3 and see how this builds. Mastering the breakout. Breakouts. The curriculum highlights this as a distinct, absolutely crucial element right after those 5 patterns. Why? Well, because a flag or a wedge or a triangle, it doesn't actually make you a successful trader on its own, right? At the end of the day, it's just a shape on a screen. The breakout is the dynamic market action that actually validates that static pattern. It's the exact moment the tension snaps, the boundary gets crossed, and boom, the opportunity is born. Understanding the patterns without understanding the breakout, actually, it's kind of like building a race car, but never putting any gas in the tank. The breakout is the engine of your trade. All right, on to section 4, practical. Explain the setup. So the crucial point here is that we're pivoting. We're going from being passive observers of theory to active participants actually doing the homework. The text breaks this down into a highly specific 2-part practical mandate. Step 1 is the hunt. You have to scour the charts and find historical examples of the patterns we literally just covered. You have to prove they actually exist in the wild. And then step 2 is the analysis. You must explain the setup. Look, it's not enough to just draw a circle around a triangle on a chart. You have to articulate the context, the entry trigger, and the precise mechanics of exactly why that specific setup was valid. This right here, this is where you transition into becoming an active trader. I really want to reinforce this exact quote from the Crypto Trader source one more time just because it's that critical. Find historical examples and explain the setup. Because honestly, recognizing a pattern is completely meaningless if you can't practically explain the setup behind it, whether that's to yourself or to another trader. If you can't explain the why, well, you're just guessing. And this entire exercise is meticulously designed to strip away all that guesswork and replace it with real, solid conviction. So here we are. You now have the exact taxonomy of patterns and the strict mandate to go prove them in the wild. The only thing left to do is actually open up your charts. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought for day 13. Are you ready to find your setup?